I've had 48 hours to think about this loss. Over 24 hours. I'd like to give some historical context to it. I will remind my fellow Canes out there about 1998. Now, if you recall that season, we had given up 134 points over our final 3 games that year, including 66 to Syracuse in the de facto Big East Championship game up at Syracuse. Then we beat UCLA and North Carolina State in the bowl game that year. In that UCLA game, we allowed 670 yards of offense to the Bruins in a win. In a win. That offseason, on January 14th, 1999, 2.5 weeks after the bowl win against North Carolina State, ironically at Hard Rock Stadium now, then it was Joe Robbie, whatever name it is now, Bill Miller was fired by Butch Davis. Butch realized then what he needed to do to get to that next level. He needed to get somebody that could take the defense to the next level. Bill Miller was not going to be that guy, Butch thought, and he was right. Now, I bring up 2012, Dabo Swinney. Dabo's defense gave up 70 points in the Orange Bowl Classic to West Virginia. What did he do? He fired Kevin Steele. You know, the same Kevin Steele that is now the interim head coach at Auburn after Gus gets canned yesterday. Dabo hires Brent Venables, and the rest is history with that. Clemson became the monster we know they are now. And Venables was a big part of that when Dabo hired him after that bowl game loss to West Virginia. I bring up 2013, September 7th to be exact. That game, Manny's defense at Texas gave up 679 yards of offense to a BYU team led by Taysom Hill. 550 of those rushing. What did Mac do the next day? He fired Manny as DC. Why do I bring these 3 games up, you ask? For a simple reason. Manny now is in the same seat Mac was in 2013. Except Mac made a move quickly. Manny, if you know his history, I would suspect Manny will make a move after the bowl game in regards to Baker. Remember, he did this last year when he fired Enos. He did it after the bowl game loss and where we got shut out by Louisiana Tech in Shreveport. I think this year, as soon as the bowl game is over, I think, given the timeline, I think maybe about a week or 2 after the bowl game, Blake Baker will probably get the boot as defensive coordinator. Manny will get this fixed, and he will address the defense, because that's his baby, the defense. He wants to win here, and he wants to win big here. But to do that, he knows he's going to have to make the changes that are needed to be made on the defensive side of the ball. Because that effort on Saturday was inexcusable and unacceptable. You cannot allow 779 yards of offense. That cannot happen. You cannot allow almost 550 yards rushing. That will not get it done. And I'll tell you this, Manny will do something. He will get this fixed. The question is, has he learned from the mistakes of past coaches, keeping a buddy of his too long? In this case, with Al was D'Onofrio. Choose wisely, Manny. Choose wisely. Win or lose, go Canes.